Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. We are back here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade again, making good, unfortunately still not open to the public. We've had so many people asking when are we going to be able to be back open to the public and have everybody in, and we appreciate all the support and cannot wait for it, but we just don't have an official date yet. Hopefully soon. Things seem like they're going all right, but you know, it's not our call, so we will let everybody know. We won't be quiet about it as soon as we do get the good word to that it is time to reopen. So hopefully soon, but can't rush these things, so we will let everybody know though. Thank you, George. Thank you so much for being here, man. Very awesome to have you. Mike, yes, running a little bit late today. Normally we start a little bit closer to 5 o'clock sharp, but a lot going on today. Very, very busy day. Shout outs to Jason Crow joining us, Ghost for Life joining us today. Thank you so much, man. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody in your family is doing well too, man. Nick saying the almighty Ghost Lord has returned. It's 5 p.m. or about, and of course, we are here. Shout outs to Blake. Thank you for joining us. So it has been a busy day. Doug Fox was here. I think he's just taken off now. He's been working hard all day. Started around 6 this morning, just tearing it up. So many projects in the works. First and foremost was the Cruisin' USA Big Red Car, which it's never had motion here. It's always been on the list of things that, yeah, we got to get to that. And I know Brandon had looked at it and Seth had looked at it, and it was never fixed 100%. It's getting really close. It's always had kind of a dull, dim monitor. I remember years ago Seth had replaced that, and it was good. It was good for a bit, but that monitor rejuvenated it, and it had run its course, and new monitor in it. It looks spectacular. Looks so good. Dennis saying King County Sheriff is refusing to enforce the governor's orders. It's every town is going to be different. We're going to have to see what's going on. We're in Cook County, so we'll see. We'll see. Sean, thank you for being here. Charles, Fat Chris joining us. Thank you so much, man. Hope you're doing well. Chad saying, actually, it is your call, and no government can rightfully deprive you of life, liberty, or the pursuit of your own happiness. You know, it's going to be an interesting situation. It's whenever we do open, I know we're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now, we've got our hands full, still getting all the machines 100% ready for everybody with the day we do open. Again, Cruisin' USA it's going to have that motion. We want to get all of our motion games going. We've got them lining up. We want to get to Afterburner and Space Harrier, and we will see what happens. Cruisin' USA was definitely the big project of the day. Again, looks spectacular now. Just got to get that motion going. Doug, there was not as many screws in that as there should have been, and Doug has been doing an amazing job getting it. It's all cleaned up and looking good. All the lights are working, so cannot wait. You know, here it is. We've got Cruisin' USA right there. That monitor is going to I think people are going to dig it. It's going to be great having that moving. Jefferson joining us saying another Thursday, another stream. Oh, absolutely. We're not missing a day. We've done a stream every single day, whether it be Monday Mystery, the rebroadcast here on Facebook, or we've been doing a lot of live streams. Danielle will be back tonight. She is ready to play Flicky. She put up a couple of great games last night, but still has yet to get that world record score that she wants of 13.8 million. So she'll be back. Very excited for that tonight. Join us on Twitch. And should start around, I would say 7:30. We've been running behind all day. Again, so many projects being worked on. We were finally working, Doug was working on the arena sound issue. We've never had that locked down. That's very close as well. We also have Cobra Command. That was always having some power-up issues. That was a bad power supply. I fixed that, no problem. Just put a new one in. And then it hasn't had sound in the longest time. And just the speaker had broken. So put a new speaker in, no problem there. So Cobra Command has sound again. We also have adjusted the volumes on Darius. What else? Mushihime Sama got a sound adjustment. X Multiply has sound again. So it's just a matter of going through one by one. 767 machines. So there's a lot. There's a lot to double check, and we are meticulously going through machine by machine. We've got our giant lists of things that we have to tend to, and Sam was back here again. You can see our Neo Geo row looking pretty nice. We've got the entire Metal Slug series along with Top Hunter, Roddy and Kathy. And then Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then just Neo Geos as far as the eye can see. All the King of Fighters, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, Neo Wave, 11, 12, and 13. So if you're a King of Fighters fan, we're a King of Fighters fan. Waku Waku 7. I know Blonde Bunny had been asking for that for a long time. All the Art of Fightings, the World Heroes, Ganryu, Last Resort, Shock Troopers, both Shock Troopers. Just love Neo Geos. The Fatal Furies, Fatal Fury 1, 2, 3, Garo Mark of the Wolves, and then Last Blade. The original 5 MVS Samurai Showdowns, and then Samurai Showdown 6. So it's all coming together. Sam's working hard on getting everything grouped, so cannot wait to have everybody back. George saying, I'm hoping you guys are going to bless the arcade floor with Ring King one day, one of my favorite games ever. Maybe. Keep watching every Monday Mystery. You never know what's coming on the floor. We just put up R-Type Leo. I'm was going around the vaults looking to see what we have. What could Monday be? Is it going to be a classic? Is it going to be a shmup? Is it going to be a light gun game? A prototype, perhaps? I don't know yet. Still kind of looking at the cabinets, looking at what we can have ready in time. So it's coming up. Normally, it's only Thursday. Why would I be worrying about Monday already? But, it's getting kind of to where some of these cabinets are going to be a chunk of effort to get up and running. So we're starting a little bit early, but we've got some ideas. Maybe we'll see Ring King. Thomas Roth joining us. Thank you so much. Awesome to have you here, man. Very much appreciated. Curtis saying, can you show some Stern cabinets? Dark Planet, The End. Tell any interesting stories associated with them. Oh, man. So we now have all of our Stern games in a row. We've got Puyan. I got a good story about Puyan. We got Bagman, Tasmania. I got a good story about Bagman and Tasmania. Tutankhamun, Amadar. The artwork on Amadar. That ape right there. That's some pretty cool art. He looks like he's been around. Up there in the corner too. So just love that artwork. Berserk. Got to have Sam get these a little bit in a better order. We got to get Frenzy and Berserk next to each other. The End. Again, same thing. I love this cabinet. I love this artwork. Turtles, Scramble, and Super Cobra. We've got a separate Scramble cabinet. No, we've got a separate cabinet for Scramble. It's a space issue still. And then Frenzy, and then Cliffhanger. We've got, this cabinet is just so beautiful. Just fully restored, just so nice. And then Dark Planet 3D. This artwork on Dark Planet 3D, you can see all of the little fine detail. So we had forget the name of the gentleman that he took I think his name is Marco, I want to say was his name. He took some pictures of his marquee. He literally had it in storage, and he just it was in his garage, and he was just taking some shots of it. They were good enough so we could see some of the detail, but it was so much effort to meticulously redraw this entire marquee and put all the halftone dots in properly. It was a massive, massive project. One which I had so much fun doing. Normally I would hand that off to like Brandon, but that was I couldn't pass it up. I'm doing it all on my Wacom tablet and everything, and it was just hours and hours and hours of making sure that every halftone dot was going to be spot on. The artwork that we did have, this back glass and the side art, they did reuse a few elements. So like the ships and this ship were reused, and they were just recolored. So, you know, not many dark planets out there, not a lot of calls for this artwork, but we needed it for ours. So it was awesome to get that done and get it out there. Jay saying Cruisin' USA is my favorite racing game. It is so good. And the Big Red Car version is unbelievable. I've never seen one with working motion, so I am so anxious if we can get that when we get that back up and running, and it is going to be great. It is going to be great. I think Doug is actually firing up again right now. Maybe he's got it. Fat Chris saying Doug Fox is a beast. Let's go over. Maybe it's firing up right now. Did you get it?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
He thinks he's got it.
Side to side.
Did it move? We might be seeing it run. Wow, I look pretty yellow here. It might be. It might be going from side to side. Doug Fox might have our Cruisin' USA machine running.
Absolutely.
He says absolutely. I love hearing that. That means it's a done deal. He's gonna get it right here on stream. We'll stand over here and watch as he gets it. We'll show you when there's something to see. Shout outs to Dan Icavelli. Thank you for being here. Rico's saying, will your hours of operation still be the same when you reopen? Absolutely. We're gonna try to keep things. We want to be here for you guys. We want to make things as normal as possible, unless there's any stipulations that are enforced upon us. We want to get back to the regular course of action, so we will see. April Wiggins donating 200 stars. Thank you so much for that. That is so awesome. We just had this is our second day with the Stars program, where you guys can donate stars, and it supports us, helps us keep creating content and growing the arcade, make it bigger and better. So April, thank you so much for that. Very, very much appreciated. Efren saying, hi Doc, are the classic arcades ready? Can't wait to play Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Frogger, and Galaga. Absolutely. That's those are ready. We can't not have those ready at any given time. Those got to always be running great. I think on Galaxian still, we have to do a little monitor adjustment. Galaxian and Galaga 3, we want to do a little monitor adjustments, but the staple one's 100%. Dan Icavelli saying, Doc time, 26 minutes late. Yeah, oh, hey, look at that. It's moving. We're seeing it here for the first time. Cruisin' USA is going to have motion. We've never had it in all of the time. We got that in 2010. We've never had it run before. Doug Fox, Master Tech Doug Fox, knocking it out of the park. Where, again, we've had other techs look at it. It was so funny. We had a guy who helped design that was driving past the arcade, and this is probably 2014. He said he saw it driving west on Ogden, and he had to turn all the way around, drive back, pulled in the parking lot. And he's like, I worked at Midway. I helped make this motion system, and I want it to run again. And he's like, oh, I want to come back in, and we'll get it 100%. Told him the whole story on it, and never heard from him again. At the time, I don't remember his name, unfortunately. At the time, we were doing so many things and didn't see who it was, but absolutely awesome. How amazing is that? We cannot wait. This is, it's, with this downtime, everything being locked down, it's been rough, but I'll tell you the one good side of it is being able to go through every single machine here, any little thing, it's all being tended to. So when you guys get to come back and everybody's here and having fun again, and it's going to be really well worth it. So again, using that time, look at that picture. Let me show you guys this picture.
Coming to your home in 1995, only on Nintendo Ultra 64.
Wow, it's centering itself. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be so good. Full motion cruising USA, big red car. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. George saying, I'm looking forward to you guys to reopen so my wife and I can spend the day with you. I'm looking forward to that too. I'm already trying to think of some cool things to have going on, and we'll see. We might have, I was talking with Master Daniel Pacina. He might stop by when you're out, so should be a fun time. I cannot wait for it, George. Thank you again for that, and looking forward to it. Dennis saying she's going to crush that MARP score. I think she is. I think Danielle, she's all set up. We were going to shoot a tech video today. Tom came down and got all set up to film it, and then I had like 5 things pop up all at once, so I apologize to Tom for that, and I apologize to everybody out there. We're going to get one of those, we're going to be doing our monitor repair videos tomorrow, and pretty excited for it. We've got, we're going to show how to remove, we're going to diagnose monitors that need a recap kit. We're going to show you how to remove a chassis and then recap it and then reinstall it. So it should be pretty fun. We're going to try to make it a pretty streamlined thing, because we don't want to, we can drag stuff out and make a 2-hour video, but we want to just get in and show the nitty gritty of it and make some useful tech videos for everybody. And very anxious for that. We'll get those started to be filmed tomorrow, but we've got 3 monitors we're going to show, so very anxious for that. We're doing our Daimahu 19XX monitor, which has a little bit of a stretch picture. We've got some rollover on Cobra Command, and then some darkness coming in on our 1942-1943 cabinet. So Doug Fox right there. Master Tech, the one and only. It's been so awesome getting to work alongside Doug in this time. We've been, again, going through everything. There's been so many projects. The list, there's always little things. And now's the time to knock all those out. Spiro donating 250 stars. Thank you so much for that. You guys are just so awesome to us. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. We're new to stars. Only our second day, and you guys have been showing us such great support. It's very much appreciated. Gonna make sure to use anything that we get from stars to keep making the arcade bigger and better. Keep doing Monday mysteries and everything like that. So it is very much appreciated. Tom saying, what up? When is somebody going to film a playthrough to a good ending on Spectre Files? We had streamed that the other day. We're spending a lot of time on Spectre Files right now. Some cool stuff coming up with it. Probably looking at doing a Steam version. So stay tuned for that. But definitely very anxious to do another live playthrough on Spectre Files soon. We had tried one a couple of weeks ago with Jeremiah doing a live playthrough, and we were going to have the audience in the stream kind of tell us the answers, but things go by too quick. So our lead programmer, Will, is actually hopefully going to set up an actual stream version for us with no timer and no score, but we could do some really cool interactions with you guys, and it would be a lot of fun. Brady saying, Flicky live stream at 5 p.m., Carnival live stream at 7 with Danielle. Probably 7:30 Central Time for Danielle to be streaming Flicky. Probably no Carnival stream tonight, but soon. Charles saying, Doc is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. No, I know I'm late. I apologize, everybody. It's you can see with our Dark Presence release date. If you look at our website, I still think it says 2010 or something. So, yeah, we're kind of notoriously late sometimes, but we try to come through on things. We try to always go well beyond whatever we're supposed to be coming with. So, pretty cool today to see Cruisin' USA move for the first time in the 10 years we've owned it. I've never seen it move, so that is awesome and very exciting. Mike saying a cheap arcade 1-up with 2 games costs the same as a year pass membership, and you can play 767 games. It'll be more than that. This Monday is coming up. We're going to have our 768th game going on the arcade floor. I don't know what it is yet, but I know it is gonna be good. And one of the things, I can't even tell you. Well, you'll see it on Monday. Fat Chris saying, just like Mike Hagar. Mike Hagar and Doc don't go by the time goes by Mike Hagar and Doc. Thank you, Fat Chris. Charles saying, King of Fighters is awesome. It is so good. I love King of Fighters. That was one of the first games. We had originally bought Street Fighter 4 when it came out in the arcade. It was single player, and it was just the board set. And it was early on, and it was like, I want to say it was $13,000 for the Street Fighter 4 actual board. It was for Super Street Fighter 4, not even Ultra Street Fighter 4 yet. It was Super Street Fighter 4. And we were waiting to get the board set. And they had said that, no, it was Ultra Arcade Edition. It's all kind of blurry. I think it was Ultra Arcade Edition because they said that it was not coming out on console. Then we're waiting for it. And all of a sudden, they do announce it. It had been like months, and they were supposed to give it arcade exclusive, and it shifted over to be, they put out a console version of it, which made it much less desirable since it was only going to be single player. So we shifted our order to King of Fighters 13, which was, it was so expensive still. That kit was like $7,000 at the time. And it was so... We had a huge fighting game community. We were so anxious to get it here. Got it up and running, and everybody was loving it. We had so many people coming in from Indiana and Wisconsin. And again, this is like shortly after, within the first year after we opened. We really wanted to show everybody that, hey, we're going to be serious. We're going to be bringing in games from Japan. We're going to be showing stuff that you're not going to be able to play anywhere else. And it was pretty amazing to get King of Fighters 13. So I just love King of Fighters. Shout outs to Lumbo. Lumbo joining us. Lumbo played Titan in Dark Presence. And I am anxious to show everybody, Titan is so good in that game. He needs some nerfs. He's too good. He's too good. Nick Huddleston joined us, a phenomenal artist that I know. He is done some artwork on for Dark Presence and Conquering Light. He's done a lot of the character portrait drawings and stuff. They look so good. So much talent that Nick has. And make sure if you're looking for any commission art, you hit him up on Facebook. You can't beat his excellent prices, fast, and his quality is just unbelievable. So make sure you check out Nick Huddleston if you need any artwork done. It's hard to find a good commission artist, and we'll back Nick up any day. So shout out to Tom for joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Mike saying everyone hit that shop now button and support the Galloping Ghost. Maybe they will add some replicas of Doc's gloves. The gloves? We'll see. Somebody at the auction was saying I should auction off a pair. I don't know. I don't have many. I don't have many of them. No saying once we start opening up again, I got to make a trip. Been far too long. Hope to see you soon. Absolutely. Can't wait to see. You know, so many people say, oh, I came out a year ago or 2 years ago. And it's like, oh, I cannot wait to have everybody back, because if it's been a year, literally think about that. For every year you haven't been here, there's at least 50 new games on top of all the old games. Like if you came in 2010, that's a long time ago. When we opened up with 130 machines, and now we're at 767. And I just saw Trog there, and I just love that artwork. I have to show that every time. Such an amazing cabinet. It's got, our Trog actually has both versions of Trog. It's got the commercially released arcade version of Trog, as well as the unreleased prototype version, where you were moving a hand around, placing bones to keep the dinosaurs walking around this maze, collecting eggs, and keep them away from the troglodytes. So just so awesome. Such a cool game. George saying, I love Cliffhanger. It's such a good game. So amazing. The Laserdisc games are so unique and so special. And that was one of the last Laserdisc games that we picked up. And it is just unbelievable. Kyle Dracup, I think, was the gentleman that we got that from. Looks unbelievable. He did our Cobra Command and our Cliffhanger. Tom saying you can also support the arcade now with Facebook stars. Thank you all for that. Thank you, Tom. Let's see. Sean saying, hey, Doc, thank you so much for the daily streams. The Flicky stream on Twitch was great last night. I will let Danielle know. She is so anxious to get back in and play. She wanted it so bad last night. She really wanted to take that score down. She's trying to get 13.8 million. She's been playing really amazingly well. Like, you think about it, that the world record stood at 8 million for so long. Even John Munkus also had a world record score of 8.9, but it's unverified. So Danielle's verified world record of 8.1 million stood since 2017. And it was in, I think, 2018 that MARP score came out. But you don't see anyone playing Flicky at a higher level than that. And now Danielle's got 13.5 million, and she wants that 13.7 score taken down. So she's after it. She'll try to get it tonight at 7 p.m. on Twitch. Sean, I hope you're there, man. 100 stars. Thank you so much for that, Sean. Very, very awesome of you. Very much appreciated. Justin Fowler joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Let's see. George saying, Doc, what is your favorite place to eat? That's a good question. I don't really have a favorite. I just kind of whatever's around. But I'll pick something good when you're out, man. I definitely will make sure that we have something good. Nick saying, so did you redraw the entire cabinet design in Illustrator? How did you go about it? I mainly paint in Photoshop with my Wacom. So literally it was using the Wacom tablet. I traced what was there, just zoomed up so it was huge. I've done it in the past on Brian Colin's side art for Pigskin 621 AD. Just very, it was a slow process, just all done in Photoshop, mostly with the halftones. I had a halftone generator, so it was a lot about making sure that all the halftones were going in the same angle, and the size was proper in the spacing, and all of it is such a precise piece of artwork. I was so happy with how that turned out. Christopher's saying that cruising is insane. Oh man, I'm so excited. By tomorrow, I bet it's working 100%. We'll show everybody that as soon as is probably by 5 p.m. Tomorrow's stream, I bet you see it running 100%. George saying, honor of my day with Doc Mack. Here's some stars. George, thank you so much for the 1,200 stars. Thank you, man. Very, very generous of you. Very much appreciated. That is really, really cool of you, man. Again, I'll make sure when you come out, it's going to be a fun time, and it's going to be an amazing day. So looking forward to it. Tim saying, hello, everyone. I came at a good time to see the game move. Oh, absolutely. I haven't seen that. I've 10 years that's been sitting there, and today, all of us together saw that for the first time. Sean saying, Cruising USA is my favorite driving game. Love racing with a manual transmission in this game. Can't wait to get back to Galloping Ghost and play it. You know, that was always, that was one of our first achievements. We always had our achievement books. And one of the first achievements that we had in there was take a picture of yourself in the big red car on Cruising USA and post it on Facebook. And seen so many pictures of it. Just love seeing that every time. Efren saying the Fox working his magic. He is so good. Doug has fixed and helped on so many machines here, helped on so many projects. He is an instrumental part of the team. He's not like, he doesn't specifically, he's not employed by us. He works alongside us though, and could not imagine what the additional challenges we would have without Doug Fox. So amazing, and definitely have learned a lot of tech from Doug. However, today I got to give Doug some Ghost Lord tech. There was a switch in Cruising USA that had a cross T on it. It had a lever and a cross T. I'd never seen that switch before. And with the micro switch, you needed it as it's a limiter switch. So I've never seen it. Doug had never seen it. When that happens, you know it's going to be probably pretty difficult to track one down. So we took a micro switch with an actuator arm on it, got another micro switch and with an actuator arm on it, took that off, and it had a T that we needed to make. We tried to solder it on, and that wasn't happening. So piece of Ghost Lord tech for soldering metals that shouldn't be soldered. I wound a solder braid around it and locked it into place, and the solder stuck. And good little, I'll show you that. I'll do a video on that. That's something that I came up with a few years ago for fixing broken leaf switches, which leaf switches aren't very difficult to go get a new leaf switch, but there was one time we didn't have it, and it was a cool way to fix it, and it held up really well. Michael Weber joining us saying, do we have Berserk and Space Tool? We absolutely do. Berserk is right here. And Space Tool, let me see if I can't get to it, is right here. Hard to see, but that's it. It's Space Tool. I promise you it's Space Tool. Christopher, have you seen Konami Nostalgia? I'm not familiar with that. Dan Icavelli saying, I saw Doc eat at Fuddruckers in Downers Grove once. Closed down after a few weeks after the start of the pandemic. Yeah, I just did see that. Jay saying, I got goosebumps hearing that cruising theme. Oh, cruising is so good. Ryan saying, I can't wait to come back and play. It is, I can't either. I can't wait to have everybody back. Once we have everything up and running, it's going to be so good. So good. A lot of machines waiting for everybody. Another thing, you know, we had the electrician here today. We're fixing a little bit of the electrical work here. Getting ready, you know, we got to get rolling with this Canton expansion. We got to be making some forward progress. So we got some paint over there. We're going to start painting in there and just getting ready, doing anything and everything that we can, and just can't wait for it. It's been going too slow for us. We want to be just tearing into it. There's so many machines we want to be putting up. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Brady's saying, Doc, that video is awesome. Thank you so much, man. Michael's saying, perhaps some more game tournaments and streams then. Oh, absolutely. We're going to be doing we've been doing our daily streams at 5 p.m., or sometimes 5:28, whenever, but they're coming. Tonight, join us for Flicky. Danielle will be streaming Flicky, going after another world record. I was talking with Jeremiah. He's all ready to play some more Contra Evolution. So a lot more streams coming, a lot more tournaments coming, and maybe Mortal Kombat stuff. So get ready. Mo joining us. Thank you for being here. One of the original members of Team GGA. Chris Tang joining us. It's like clockwork. Every time Chris Tang shows up, I happen to be right by our Primal Rage poster that he had donated. Chris, one of the legends of the industry. So awesome to have you here, man. Thank you so much. Jefferson saying those Midway menu chimes. They stand out, man. They absolutely stand out. Christopher saying that Ultra 64 tease is just so right. It's so memorable. There's so many sounds within the arcade that you hear, and it doesn't matter how many times you hear them. They just have that impact. Michael saying, do you have Rock and Rope and Missile Command? We absolutely do. Let me take a walk. I was looking at actually both those games earlier today. We had, let's see here. We had to move a few of them because of the electrician looking at some stuff. But Rock and Rope is right over here. There is Rock and Rope. And then I'll have to go around for Missile Command. Tim saying, I'm seeing that list of repairs. It's a lot of like fine tuning stuff. Like holes were actually in really good shape. Some monitors that needed to be adjusted. A lot of audio levels that needed to be adjusted. A lot of just little things here and there. But getting it all done it's time consuming. It's all we've been doing. That Crime Fighters artwork. How awesome is this artwork? These guys on Crime Fighters. Too good. Love that Konami artwork. Andrew saying, has Lonnie McDonald's score rolled your joust cabinets yet? Oh, absolutely. Lonnie was here very early on. Lonnie, the master of joust, him rolling our joust cabinet. It's over on one of the side walls. Shout outs to Tim Roth. Thank you for being here, man. Very awesome of you. Always good to see you. From TNT Amusements, working over with Todd Tuckey. Awesome to have you here. Mike saying, do you have any old school pre-computer pinballs? The only EM machine that we have is Fireball. Great game. Charles saying, Spectrophiles on stream, I am game. It's so good. As soon as we get the updated version without the timer on it, it'll be a lot of fun. Brian saying, sell me Killer Instinct 2. I can't do it. Wouldn't do it. We've got too many people that love KI2. Shout outs to Paul. Thank you for being here, man. Todd Tuckey joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Very, very awesome. Does our Robbie Roto work? Oh, absolutely. It plays perfect. The only thing that we had it on our list was just turned up a little too loud. So turn that down, and it is 100%. The artwork on this cabinet, we picked it up out in Iowa, and it's so good. What a fun game. Ryan saying, here's some stars. Thank you. Sending 200 stars. Thank you so much for that, Ryan. That is awesome of you. Paul saying, yo, Doc, what's up? You're the ghost with the most. Remember from Beetlejuice? Absolutely, man. Good movie. Good movie. Ryan says, Ryan sent more stars, 178 more stars. Thank you so much for that, man. Very, very awesome of you. Appreciate you guys. Again, the community, you guys are so good to us. This is only our second day in the Facebook stars. I had never heard of it until a few days ago. Facebook said, oh, you're streaming a lot. You can put this on because you've met all these criterias. Then we didn't even know about it. It wasn't anything that we were shooting for. It's just we like streaming. We like talking with everybody and showing people around the arcade and showing off all the crazy games. And they're like, well, sign up for stars and people can support you and donate and shows the support. And thank you all so much. You guys are just absolutely awesome. Johnny Jones saying, looking forward to play Ultra Weapons X in August. I've never played it on an arcade machine. It's one of those quarter gobblers games that you would go broke playing. Ultra Weapons X, so good. I was so happy when we were able to track down the PCB for that. Literally like a month after we put it on the floor, the price of it skyrocketed. And all of them in Japan, it was funny. Somebody put one on auction in Japan like the next day and just cranked up the price. It's an Ultraman shmup from Band Presto. It's so fun, so fun. Such a great game. George, the ghost is life. Thank you so much, man. Again, can't wait to have you out. It's going to be a lot of fun. And George donating another 530 stars. Thank you so much, man. You guys, absolutely awesome. It's going to put all that to good use and make sure that everything is like that'll all help go towards the next expansion. That all helps go towards making sure Doug Fox can keep coming in and helping repair machines. And so that all goes a long way. So thank you all so much for that. Paul saying, Doc, how many Tekkens and Virtual Fighters do we have at the Ghost? So we have Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag. And then for Virtual Fighter, we have Virtual Fighter 1, 2, and 4. Todd saying, you should be filming landscape, young man. I keep hearing that. I'll try it next time, Todd. Thanks for the advice. If I'm going to listen to anybody's advice, I'd listen to Todd Tuckey's advice. Chris Davis joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Michael's saying, go to the website. They're all listed. Yes, you can always check them out either on Orcade.com. You can search for Galloping Ghost. It's a great location tracker. So Orcade, AURCADE, has basically like any arcade that lists itself with Orcade, the games list is there. So you can see what arcades have what games. Or you can check it out on gallopingghostarcade.com, of course. Doc, if you keep adding more games, you might have to lease a warehouse on 47th in McCook. You know, we've got a fair amount of storage. I wouldn't be opposed to getting all those on the arcade floor so we don't have to have so much storage. I'd rather have them out where everybody can enjoy them, but it's a time thing. It's a time thing. We're getting there. We're getting there. George saying, do you guys ever have Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat tournaments? Oh, we absolutely do. Our big Mortal Kombat tournament is usually at our Combat Con or Shang Tsung's Fight Night events. Street Fighter, we had a tournament not too terribly long ago. We streamed it all on Twitch. A lot of fun. Tim Peterson saying Titan seems like a boss character. Don't nerf him. You know, it is so crazy playing Dark Presence. From the first character, there's 8 playable characters and a boss. So it's 7 fights and then the boss fight. We don't have any mirror matches or anything. But every character has been balanced and it's such a tough fight. They're all serious fights. We're going to be doing a live stream on Dark Presence soon. I can't wait to show you guys about that. Oh, George, George said I tried to buy your gloves in auction. Maybe one day. Mike saying I'd buy some Galloping Ghost exclusive gloves. Man, I should be doing something with them. Tim saying, I'm telling you, coffee table book of arcade arts. There is so much just spectacular arcade artwork. You know, we started the stream down here this afternoon. Just so much artwork. Just the artwork is so memorable. The old Outrun car, Joust. It's crazy. You can't have the arcades be like. Can you imagine if the games just came in empty box, like black boxes with nothing, no artwork on them? Like, they'd still be amazing games, but they'd lose something. Like, so often, the game art would be, like, look at Centipede. The game doesn't look like that, but that instantly got so many people to play Centipede. Just that amazing artwork. Yeah, a coffee table book would be all right. Tim Roth donating 50 stars. Thank you so much for that, man. Very, very awesome of you. So super generous, man. I appreciate it. Jimbo Slice joining us. Thank you for being here. James Price joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Very awesome. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope everybody in the stream is doing well, staying safe, and finding things to keep yourself occupied. And again, it feels like it's letting up, I think. I think we're getting close, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Shout out to Troy Smith. Troy Smith joining us. Troy has been so instrumental in helping us get so many amazing games here at not only the Galloping Ghost Arcade and Galloping Ghost Pinball. So huge thanks to Troy Smith. Always awesome to have you here. An amazing guy in the community. So thank you, Troy. Thomas Ross saying, can we see your G.I. Joe cabinet? Love that game. I think it's actually been moved into the 4th building right now. Sam is trying to get all of our 4-player Konami games together. We're working on, there's 2 games that are in 2-in-1 cabinets. So we've got Bucky O'Hare and G.I. Joe in the same cabinet right now. And we've got Cowboys of Moo Mesa and Sunset Riders in the same cabinet. We were hoping, it's so tough to split up 2-in-1s right now just because we're so tight on space. But we might do it for the Konami stuff just because those games are so good. We've got all the Konami 4-player games, Mystic Warriors, Cowboys of Moo Mesa, G.I. Joe, Bucky O'Hare, Turtles in Time, Metamorphic Force. There's not Captain Commando, no, that's Capcom. But so many Konami 4-player games, just love them all. So awesome. Shout outs to Ed, thank you for being here, man. Ed saying, sorry I'm late, I was gaming on Twitch. Ed, you showing up late like this, I don't know. I'm just kidding, Ed, I was late myself. I got in here at 5:28 today, but you know. Mike saying, can you explain the difference between dedicated cabinets and others? I hear that said a lot. So dedicated cabinets are what the company that was putting it out wanted it to originally be in. They would sell dedicated cabinets and then kits. So like Smash TV, that is a dedicated cabinet. That's a dedicated 25-inch cabinet. This is exactly how, when Williams was putting it out, this is how they shipped them. They also sold it as a kit, though, which was just the board and a marquee. And often, those would just go into a generic cabinet. This is a Dynamo, which was used as a dedicated cabinet for a lot of games. But it was used by a lot of companies, and they sold them as blanks, and people would put any game into it. So there's basically dedicated cabinets, which are original, and then conversion cabinets. Like R-Type Leo, that never had a dedicated cabinet. That only shipped as a kit. So this is a Dynamo that's converted to be R-Type Leo. But because there's no dedicated cabinet, it's as close to what it would have been in if the company did select a cabinet. Shout out to Todd Freeman, thank you for being here. And Darren, thank you for being here. George saying, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say thank you to the whole Galloping Ghost crew. You guys are like a magic time capsule that needs to be here forever. Thank you so much for that. I'll let the guys know. This is, all the Galloping Ghost entities, the Galloping Ghost Garage, Galloping Ghost Arcade, Galloping Ghost Reproductions, Galloping Ghost Productions, Galloping Ghost Pinball, and Galloping Ghost Gamma. Like, everybody works so hard and is so passionate about what they do, and it's just such a great group of people that we work with, and everybody just always putting in their all to make sure that we keep this stuff alive. And, well, some of the guys don't have the history in arcades that I do. You can see that they're passionate about it. They love that people love this place. And that's really what keeps them working so hard. So thank you so much for that. Shout outs to Chris Plackey. Thank you for being here. Former Gamer of the Year. Sammy, is there more than one building? So the arcade is actually currently 4 buildings long. 9415, 9417, 9419, and 9425 it's the entire block. So originally, the arcade was it was only this 7,500 square feet of arcade gaming. And then we knocked the wall down into this building, where we only have the front of this building. There's still space behind it, which hopefully we'll get at some point, because there's a lot of space over there. So then there's this building, and then this used to be the old production offices. We knocked this wall down and went in here and added all these games. And then this was the big one. My landlord, Steve Campbell, who's been so absolutely amazing to us. When we were first going, he's like, I keep all my cars in the 4th building. Don't ever ask me to sell you buildings, so don't even think about it. And then a couple years ago, Steve was like, okay, you need it. You need that space. And then we added all of this, which, again, there's a lot of games out of from where they should be right now. We're doing a huge, massive rearrange. So a lot of cool stuff going on. And we're working on getting into the 5th building, the Canton building, which is a good amount of space. By the time we're all done, we should be, and once we get the back halves of the 2nd and 3rd building, we should be able to 1,000 machines here. So very excited for that. Mike saying, do you have the moving afterburner cabinet like in T2? We do. We absolutely do. So, so instrumental in helping us get the afterburner cabinet. One of his partners in crime, Jonathan, hooked us up. He actually donated the sit-down afterburner cabinet to us. And the motion, it does work. It skips a little bit. So after we're done with getting our Cruisin' USA machine, that's where we're going next. We're going to get afterburner working 100%. Brian saying, what's the reason that the score is backwards on Missile Command? So on our Missile Command, the score looks backwards because there's some rollover on it. We're going to be pulling that monitor out and recapping it, and then it'll be perfect again. Let's see. Mike saying, how many different versions of the Atari Star Wars game do you have? I played the sit down and just saw a stand up behind you. So we have, as far as Star Wars games, we have the original upright Star Wars from Atari. We've got the sit down Empire Strikes Back. Then we've got the upright Return of the Jedi, all 3 from Atari. Then we've got the Sega Star Wars Trilogy. And then there is Sega Star Wars, which is outrageously rare. There was so few of these 2-player cabinets made, and we have one here. We picked it up. It was our 600th game that we put on the arcade floor, and that was definitely a very, very memorable and fun day putting that Star Wars machine up. Lumbo taking off. Thank you so much, man. Awesome seeing you here. James saying, did you ever get a hold of King of Dragons? We did. Was it you that asked for it? I remember having a talk out in front of the arcade with somebody saying that they were asking, oh, it's weird you don't have King of Dragons. It's such a good game. And we got it. It's over in the third building right now. Actually, in the fourth building right now. But we do have it here. Mike saying, do you remember the old arcade in Downers Grove on Ogden? It was called Just Games or Just Fun. Oh, absolutely. Great arcade. Shout outs to Jeremy Fox for joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Over at Prince Arcades out in Bolingbrook. I know that guy. He's been working so hard, too. He's been working on getting a lot of new games in the arcade. He's getting ready for everybody to be able to come back as well. Another super passionate guy about the arcade scene. So awesome to have you here, Jeremy. Thank you for being here. Tim saying, do you have the start of the Soul Calibur series or Soul Edge? We don't have Soul Edge. We have Soul Calibur 2 here at the arcade, but that's the only one in the Soul Calibur Soul Edge series. Ryan saying, I still remember when Maximilian Dude came there. It was so live and packed. Wow, it was fun. That was amazing. Max has come in a couple of times. Great guy. He has such amazing fans, and there was literally a line that wrapped around the entire arcade waiting for him to sign stuff. And he was signing for like 8 or 9 hours. Just him and his crew, just absolutely phenomenal. George saying, Doc, is there somewhere I can check for event tournaments? I'm a beast in Street Fighter. So we normally, our Facebook group, our Galloping Ghost Productions Facebook group is probably the best spot if you're trying to stay up on tournaments and stuff. Michael saying Lonnie gets 10 million something on Joust. Thought record was 101 million or something. So Lonnie can literally get whatever score in Joust he wants. There's the plaque for Lonnie. One of the first 100 machines that he rolled the score on. Jim saying the artwork and music makes an arcade so memorable. It absolutely does, man. It absolutely does. Shout out to John Munkus. He's a phenomenal flicky player that I know. He has been out here to the arcade and done things on, came out for our T20 tournament. Awesome having you here, John. Thank you so much. Thomas Roth saying, Doc, you're the best. Keep the games coming, and sending 1,000 stars. Thank you so much for that, man. So super generous. You guys are just tremendous, man. Thank you so much. The support is just incredible. It keeps me going, keeps me so, like, the hype that you guys build up just keeps me, I can't get here early enough. I can't stay here late enough. So thank you all so much for that. Tim saying the cacophony of sound is wonderful. Oh, it's so nice having all the machines on. We got to get everything fired up in the next couple of days. It's just not the same with them all not on. Let's see. John saying game stream tonight. Absolutely. Danielle will be back streaming on Flicky right around 7 o'clock. So it's coming up. It's coming up. Tim saying, how did you end up with the Galloping Ghost Gamma in a car garage? So the Galloping Ghost garage was Joe from Joe's Garage. He was the owner. He'd worked there forever. It was his shop. He didn't want to own it anymore. He wanted to still be a mechanic, but he didn't want to own it anymore. He approached Will, our lead programmer. Will was very into working on cars and was just interested in it as a business opportunity. And myself, I drive a sports car and thought it would be just something, a good addition and a little benefit for the guys that work here to have their cars worked on and their motorcycles and stuff. So we figured why not? And it's been great. Same thing with Gamma. We had the Mortal Kombat actors were like, let's do something together. And we ended up opening up Galloping Ghost Gamma, gym and martial arts. Sometimes the MK actors go and train there and teach there. So it was just a cool little thing. So it's one of those where right now we are really focusing on the arcade and productions and reproductions. But they are, and pinball, and we're always focusing on all of them. I don't know what I'm even talking about. But it's one of those where it's been so amazing to keep growing it and adding to what is the Galloping Ghost, and we're gonna keep going. George saying 1,000 machines, so awesome. It's gonna be like right now. Even if we put all of the games from the vaults on the floor, we wouldn't be at 1,000. We're at like 950 some, but it's coming. I don't doubt for a second that we'll get there. James saying, yeah, King of Dragons conversation was almost 5 years ago. I can't believe I remember that. Awesome. I can't wait to play it again. That game ate so many quarters of mine. You know, that's the crazy thing. People will ask for games, and you mentioning that, it was like, oh yeah, why don't we have that? That should be here. So I remember it very vividly. It's, again, I think I probably, by the end of that night, had one on the way being shipped in. And what a cool game. What a cool game. Miguel's saying, hey man, blessings from Trinidad. Really want to come. Guys, thank you so much for that. Hopefully, once all this craziness dies down, you can make it out this way. Efren saying, how about a GGA hand car wash? It's funny. The Brookfield car wash had offered to sell us the car wash at one point, but they wanted an outrageous amount of money. But that place does quite well. So, Tim saying, please don't let the pinball side of Galloping Ghost collect dust and spider webs. Oh, it is not. It is not by any means. It is getting run through the paces, and everything is playing great over there. We were just the spider wheel on Scared Stiff now is 100%. Same thing, just like the arcade. By the time we're ready to have everybody back here, everything down there is going to be playing great too. Thomas Roth joining us saying, which game is more your favorite, Space Ace or Dragon's Lair? I would probably have to say the original Dragon's Lair. I played so much more of it back in the day, and just love it. Great game. A lot of fun. Both of them are fun. I love both of them. Makes me want to go play them right now. But Mike saying a live stream from pinball next week. Absolutely, we can do that for sure. Expect it. Sometime next week we'll be at Galloping Ghost Pinball, without any question. But now, I think I'm gonna get a couple more things fixed, and I got to get ready for Danielle's stream of Flicky that is coming up very, very soon. So we'll be back tomorrow, though, checking in with everybody. We'll give an update on what we've been fixing, and, of course, more on that Cruisin' USA, the moving car. So, and also, hopefully, our recap video will be underway, and we can show you guys that, too. So, again, I appreciate everybody so much. Thank you, everybody that donated the stars. You guys are so awesome. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate this sport so much. John, thank you. George, thank you so much, George. And Tim and Tom, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's been amazing. Fun as always. Hope everybody is staying safe and being well and helping others. And we miss everybody and can't wait to have you all back here. And hopefully it won't be too much longer. So until tomorrow, unless you're joining us in the Twitch stream, that's going to be starting in about maybe an hour or so. We look forward to it. Hopefully you can join us on there, twitch.tv/Galloping Ghost Arcade. Until then, thanks everybody. This is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night.